everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle, your astrologer, and today we'll be diving into the Scorpio full moon that's happening on April 23rd. To say that the last few weeks have been full of energy is an understatement. Eclipse season has been full of very intense energies, and I know that we've all been feeling it. We've all been going through it together, and it is definitely hitting most people that I know. And this upcoming Scorpio full moon is also going to be extremely powerful. And the reason for that is we have a very tense aspect, a T-square happening with Pluto, which is the modern ruler of Scorpio. We're going to dive a little bit more into that in just a moment. We'll pull up the chart and we'll look at it together. Okay. The Scorpio full moon is happening on April 23rd, 2024 at around 7:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Adjust for your time zone as needed. The sun is in Taurus at 4 degrees and the moon is in Scorpio at 4 degrees. Scorpio is a sign that rules death, rebirth, things that are hidden, the watery depths of our emotions, our rawness, our raw truth, obsessions, our secrets, money, sexual union, and emotional intimacy. When we have a full moon, the light from the sun is being completely shone on the moon, which is reflecting that light back, and it is creating a fullness or a brightness in the sky. So a full moon typically represents a time of fullness, of illumination, of enlightenment, of celebration, of becoming aware, of feeling the full culmination of something that's been manifested during a new moon, etc., so on and so forth. This full moon, we can experience the illumination, the celebration of something that holds these Scorpio themes. What brings intensity and transformation to this full moon is the fact that this moon is squaring Pluto, and Pluto is in Aquarius. In fact, the sun and the moon are in a T-square with Pluto, and this alignment alone doesn't just hold intensity and transformation, it also holds the energy of destruction. Something could be illuminated or coming to light that may make you feel uncomfortable or uneasy within yourself. Something may come up that needs to be destroyed or transformed. Or it could be that something needs to be released. Full moons can also be a moment of time where we release, where we let go of something that has already been experienced and reached its peak and its fullness, and now the magic is over and it needs to fall away so that the next thing can build back up. If you think of how the seasons happen, where we go through these cycles of nothingness to this growth and buildup of energy to this peak fullness that we experience in the summer, to fall and autumn where trees begin to shed and we don't get as much light during the day, all the way back to the winter where it's a little bit cold, it's a little bit quiet, it's a little bit dead. We go through these cycles as well. Just as the moon goes through these cycles every single month, we experience things that reach a peak, a culmination point, and then we accept the fact that it's already reached its peak and now we are ready to let it go. We've celebrated it and now it's time to move on. So this full moon may also hold that energy, and I'll get to why in a moment. But because Pluto is here creating a T-square aspect, this is going to be a very intense, emotional full moon. Something in your life may need to be released, and it may pull up a lot of deep and dark emotions within you. T-squares are aspects that hold a lot of discomfort. They hold a lot of discomfort because it is obvious and it's something where it doesn't feel like we can stay where we are. It's an energy that is motivating and it's pushing us to shake out of the old so that we can come into the new. The lower vibration of Scorpio, I would like to talk about because whatever is coming up during this full moon may bring up some of the lower vibrational emotions. And we want to focus on recognizing that so that we can stop ourselves and we can step into something that is of a higher vibrational space. You can experience whatever emotion comes up for you. I'm not saying don't experience an emotion, but know what your motivating emotion is. Know what your motivating force is, where you're acting from, where you're speaking from, and the frequency that you're emitting from you. And I'll get to why this is important later in the video. But for now, let's just discuss the lower vibrational emotional aspects or attributes that Scorpio can hold are jealousy, severe distrust and suspicion, exercising control over other people, lying, deception, and these could cause you to take on manipulative tactics or take actions that are driven by these emotions. You may also be on the receiving end of manipulation and power struggles, or someone holding power over you, or any of the things that I just mentioned. Taurus and Scorpio rule sex and sensuality, the physical connection and the merging of two people, as well as money and finances. So you may be experiencing an intensity of something relating to these themes as well. Whenever we have a T-square, we are typically experiencing a choice point moment in our lives where we're sitting at crossroads and we need to decide which way we want to go. There is no right way and no wrong way. Both ways are a part of your journey, and you need to decide what part or what direction is best for you in this moment and this time in your life. Pluto is the modern ruler of this full moon and is directly involved with the full moon, making this full moon extra potent. The traditional ruler of this full moon is Mars, and Mars is sitting over here in Pisces with Neptune, only about 4 degrees away. Neptune and Pisces hold the energy of dissolution and release and letting go. It also holds the energy of compassion and of higher love and empathy. Because Mars is the planet of action, we can be acting from a place that allows us to see the situation from a broader perspective. It may allow you to feel empathy for anybody involved in the experience. It may allow you to feel compassion, not just for others, but also for yourself. The higher vibration of this full moon lies in where Pluto and Mars are. The higher vibration is seeing things from a bigger picture, is being able to take the high road, finding forgiveness, releasing with grace, and having faith, tuning into yourself and connecting deeply with your soul and your spirit. Faith and trust is ultimately required during this full moon, because not only are we having an intensely emotional full moon, but we are also experiencing a very potent conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. I had mentioned earlier that it's important that you become aware of where your actions are coming from. What is your motivating force? And because this is a watery full moon, it is extremely important that you recognize where your emotions are. You can absolutely experience whatever emotions come up, but if you are going to take action and you are going to create something for you that is going to yield a very positive result, the energetic frequency that you hold is going to have so much power on the outcome. The Jupiter-Uranus conjunction was on April 20th, April 21st, and although the conjunction is now separating, they are still together and they are still very strong and potent. And this is marking a new beginning in the realm of Taurus, which rules the earth, material and financial stability, money, resources that we need to live and survive, desires, sensuality, physical pleasures, our 5 senses, peace, tranquility, serenity, self-worth, self-esteem, our values, etc. I did mention this conjunction in my last video very briefly, but we're going to explore it just a little bit further now because the energy is still so strong. We are still able to manifest what we want at this time. You haven't missed, like the manifestation portal because it's no longer April 20th or 21st. It is fine. If you're watching this video on the full moon, you didn't miss out on anything. You can still activate this energy within you, and I encourage you to do so. Whenever we have a conjunction, whenever we have 2 planets join and come together, we are experiencing a brand new beginning. We are experiencing a new chapter or the start of a new book. We are experiencing a fresh, clean, clear slate. Because Jupiter is involved, I would call this a grand new beginning. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of abundance, blessings, travel, education, foreign experiences, philosophy, religion, questions like, why am I here? What's my purpose? Everything that is grand, everything that is above and beyond us, but still within reach, still something that we can explore. Uranus, on the other hand, rules things that are out of reach, and it is unpredictable in its nature. It rules enlightenment, it rules awakening and kundalini and electricity and technology, anything futuristic, anything that is or that holds the energy of drastic change, freedom, liberation, rebellion, upheaval. Because Uranus is involved, we can experience some very unpredictable and uncontrolled energies during this time. It is creating a supercharged volatility that is meant to completely redirect us on our path. Jupiter is a social planet and Uranus is a transpersonal planet. Social planet and transpersonal planets affect us as a collective. And because of this, we are all experiencing something with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. We can be experiencing this on a very grand scale where the whole world is experiencing something together, but you're also experiencing something on a personal level. If you have any planets or points or angles that are within a 5-degree range on either side of this conjunction, so from about 16 degrees to 26 degrees of the fixed signs of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, you are going to be experiencing this the most intensely because you will be having this conjunction happen with either in conjunction with one of your natal planets, in opposition, or in a square with one of your planets or points or angles. If you have anything between these degrees of 16 and 26 of the earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, you will be experiencing this in a more harmonious way. The energy of a trine is a lot smoother and easy flowing. Those with trines to this conjunction may be lazy. That's the one downfall with trines, is that you almost sit back and you don't do anything about it because you think that the energy is just going to flow. And you may skip this one out. And I mean, you may still receive a lot of blessings, and that's great. But I encourage you not to sit this one out. I encourage you to write down your manifestation, and I encourage you to take advantage of the situation. Jupiter and Uranus don't come together very often. They come together about every 14 years, and we experience the peak of whatever is seeded and started when they came together when they reach an opposition. So when Jupiter continues to move around the chart and Uranus also moves around the chart, Jupiter, because it travels faster, it's going to reach an opposition. It's going to reach a full moon, so to speak, or a full Uranus-Jupiter configuration. And that is when we'll experience the fullness or the celebration or the peak of whatever it is that you're seeding at this time. That is supposed to happen in about 7 years. So whatever you're manifesting now is something for the long term. Your manifestation is not only going to be seeded through what you verbally state or write down, it's also going to be seeded through your behavior, through your thinking, through your words, through whatever you're expressing and whatever you're holding in. All of this is going to be built upon and will grow and will continue to grow until it reaches its peak. So be mindful of where you are right now and what you'd like to see and experience in the future, and sit in that aspiration, sit in that vision. Jupiter expands upwards and outwards, while Uranus quantum leaps us into a destination that we didn't even know existed. Uranus rules vision, and Jupiter as well. And Pluto is in the sign that Uranus is the modern ruler of, Aquarius, that rules vision, it rules our dreams, it rules our aspirations. So Pluto's presence in a T-square at this full moon is also creating a very potent energy. This is an immense amount of magic that is just sitting there waiting to be used if you are open to using it. Everyone can take advantage of this conjunction. Everyone can manifest at this time. If you're watching this video on the full moon, it's not too late. You can still participate because they're still very close together and we're still in this energy of a new beginning. Don't let the intensity of this full moon get you down if it does. Find a way to lift yourself up and out. Find a way to celebrate. Find a way to find gratitude. Find a way to feel comfortable with whatever comes up. Find a way to practice non-attachment. Find a way to love yourself more deeply. Find a way to connect to your higher self and the highest version of yourself. Be open to a rebirthing of yourself or some part of your life. Something is changing, and although it's unpredictable and you can't be prepared for it, you can trust the flow and you can welcome it with open arms. If you are somebody who likes to know with certainty what's coming, you're only giving yourself one possibility. If you are somebody who can sit in uncertainty and trust that whatever comes to you or whatever opportunity presents itself is going to be an opportunity of abundance, then you have many possibilities open to you. So choose where you'd like to be. You can sit in the state of nervousness and anxiousness because you don't know what's coming, or you can sit in a state of feeling excited to see what is coming your way. What sort of windfall is going to bless your life? I hope you all have a wonderful Scorpio full moon and an even more wonderful Jupiter Uranus conjunction. Until next time, take care.